Yes, students, let us continue how to solve modulus inequalities. In the last lecture, we studied some good examples based on how to solve modulus inequalities. Let's see some more examples. This is example number 11. The question says, mod of x minus 6 is greater than mod of x square minus 5x plus 9, and we have to find the interval of x. You can see here there are two moduli. One is on the left hand side and the other is on the right hand side. Let us talk about right hand side first. The right hand side, let me call the expression inside the modulus to be capital E. It is x square minus 5x plus 9. Let us use the method of completion of square in this expression. This is x square minus 5x. Now what is the coefficient of x? It is minus 5. What will be the half of it? It is minus 5 by 2. And what is the square of it? It will be 25 by 4. So this will become, let me add 25 by 4, and plus 9 is copied, and let me separate 25 by 4 also in order to make the balance. So this will become x ka square plus this 25 by 4 will be written as 5 by 2 ka square, plus this will be 36 minus 25 will become 11 by 4, and this is minus 2 into 5 into 5 by 2 into x. So this is, let me put it in a square bracket, this part. This will be a square plus b square minus 2ab. So this will become the formula of a minus b ka square. You can see that I have written minus 5x as minus 2 into 5 by 2 into x. Now this will become x minus 5 by 2 whole square plus 11 by 4. Now you can see this is x minus 5 by 2 whole square. The square of a real number is always greater than or equal to 0, and this is plus 11 by 4. So that means this will imply expression E will always be greater than 0. So that means x square minus 5x plus 9 is always greater than 0. So that means you can write mod of x square minus 5x plus 9 simply as x square minus 5x plus 9, because this expression is already positive, you have proved over here. So mod of any positive number is the positive number itself. Now let's see how to tackle this question. This will become, the inequality will become mod of x minus 6 is greater than x square minus 5x plus 9. Now you can see initially there were two moduli in this case. Now this two moduli I have reduced into single moduli only. Now this has become a simple question as we have discussed before also. Let us form cases. Suppose x is less than 6, and the question will become 6 minus x is greater than x square minus 5x plus 9. And that means x square minus 5x plus x will become minus 4x. Then 9 minus 6 will be 3. This is less than 0. I have taken the like terms on the same side, on the one side only. And this will become x minus 1 into x minus 3 less than 0. So that is x belongs to 1 comma 3. You can see our interval was x is less than 6, and our answer has come out to be between 1 and 3. So this answer is satisfying x is less than 6 also. So that means the answer for the first case will be x belongs to open interval 1 comma 3. This is the first. Now let's see the second case. In the second case I will take x as greater than or equal to 6. That means the question will become x minus 6 should be greater than x square minus 5x plus 9. So that means let me take like terms together. This is x square minus 5x minus x will be minus 6x, then plus 15 should be less than 0. So that means this is x minus 3 whole square plus 6 is less than 0. Now this expression can be written by the method of completion of square like this. You can see that this is the square of a real number, it is always greater than or equal to 0, and this is plus 6. That means left hand side is always greater than 0, but it is asking the value of x such that left hand side becomes less than 0. It is not possible. So that means the answer for this case will be x doesn't belong to 6 comma infinity. Okay, now this is the second case. Our final answer is both first and second. First union second. X belongs to first union second. So that means x belongs to only 1 comma 3 because second is a null set. This is the answer to this question. You can see that this question is somewhat different from the previous examples which we have discussed so far. Let's see a similar example. Another similar example. Let's see. This is question number 12. The question says mod of x square plus kx plus 1 upon x square plus x plus 1 is less than 2. If I say that let capital X is equal to x square plus kx plus 1 upon x square plus x plus 1, that means the question will become mod of x is less than 2. This is a very famous standard inequality. Mod of x is less than a where a is positive. That means x belongs to minus a to a. Straight away the answer will be x belongs to minus 2 comma 2. Now let me resubstitute the capital X over here. This is x square plus kx plus 1 upon x square plus x plus 1. It should be between minus 2 and 2. Now let's talk about the denominator, this one. Let me call it as capital D. This is x square plus x plus 1. So you can see over here by the method of completion of square, this will become x plus half cos square plus 3 by 4, which is always positive. X plus half cos square plus 3 by 4 is always positive. That means the denominator is always positive. Now let's see further. This will become, the inequality was x square plus kx plus 1 upon x square plus x plus 1. It is between minus 2 and 2. Let us multiply all sides by x square plus x plus 1, because we have proved that x square plus x plus 1 is always positive. So in the inequality, if we multiply both sides by the positive number, the sign of inequality doesn't change, it remains the same. So it will become minus 2 times x square plus x plus 1 is less than x square plus kx plus 1 is less than x square 2 times x square plus x plus 1. Now this becomes the inequality. Now there are two inequalities in this. First is inequality this and second one is this. Let's solve them one by one. Suppose inequality A is there. Minus 2 times x square plus x plus 1 is less than x square plus kx plus 1. So that means this will become 3x square plus k plus 2x plus 3 should be greater than 0. You can see that coefficient of x square on the left hand side is 3, which is positive. So that means it will be upward parabola. The graph of the left hand side will be upward parabola. This is somewhat involving the use of theory of quadratic equations. Upward parabola, and we want that left hand side should always be greater than 0. That means if you draw the graph of this left hand side, it will be like this. Suppose this is the x-axis, the graph will be like this, always above the x-axis. So that means discriminant should be less than 0. So that means b square minus 4ac should be less than 0. So that means k plus 2 whole square minus 36 should be less than 0. So that means k plus 2 whole square minus 6 square should be less than 0. That means k plus 2 plus 6, I am factorizing it, k plus 2 minus 6 should be less than 0. So that means k plus 8 into k minus 4 should be less than 0. So that means k should be between minus 8 and 4. This is the answer for the first inequality. Now let's solve the second inequality. The second inequality is x square plus kx plus 1 should be less than 2 times x square plus x plus 1. So that means this is x square plus 2 minus kx plus 1 should be greater than 0. You can see over here coefficient of x square here is 1, which is positive. So that means the graph of left hand side will be upward parabola. And we can see over here that left hand side has to be always greater than 0. So graphically it means that the parabola of left hand side will always be above the x-axis. So that is, this will become this is the x-axis, the graph will be like this. That means the discriminant of left hand side will always be greater than 0. So that means b square minus 4ac will always be, this is less than 0, not greater than 0, less than 0. So that means 2 minus k whole square minus 4 should be less than 0. That means 2 minus k minus 2 into 2 minus k plus 2 should be less than 0. That means this is cancelled. Minus k into 4 minus k should be less than 0. Let me multiply this minus sign inside this bracket. So this will give k into k minus 4 should be less than 0. So that means k should be between 0 and 4. This is the answer for the B inequality. So you can see that our answer will be A intersection B both. So that means k belongs to minus 8 comma 4 intersection k belongs to 0 comma 4. So clearly the answer will be 0 comma 4. So that means k belongs to 0 comma 4 is the answer to this question. Here we had to find the value of k, not x. You can see that this is another example based on modulus inequalities, which requires the knowledge of theory of quadratic equation also. So I hope it is clear to you. It was probably the last question of this series of lectures involving how to deal with modulus function equations and inequalities. Thank you very much.